How's it going, guys? Andy here from 4K Downtime, back at you with another video. First of all, I just want to apologize for a lack of video as of recently, because I've just been busy with work as well as personal life, but I finally managed to get some free time again, so I'm just going back into making videos again. Hopefully I wouldn't take a long break like this ever again. I just hope I've got everything really sorted. But anyway, today our topic is based on Resident Evil 2, a game that I'm really excited for. Can't wait to play it. I mean, I could gush over for hours about why I'm excited for it, but I don't want to talk about that today. Today I want to talk about Capcom specifically. If I'm being just straight to the point, it's about Capcom being greedy again. Now, recently I've just catched a video on Pat the NES Punk that he did a video with Ian talking about the Resident Evil Collector's Edition. Now, I was already aware of this Collector's Edition anyway. I was never going to really buy it because it didn't really appeal to me that much, but I'm definitely going to be supporting the game, that's for sure. But yeah, the Collector's Edition didn't really interest me. But what kind of rubs me the wrong way is what I've learned today regarding the Collector's Edition itself. So just like with a lot of Collector's Edition, what this edition includes is that, first of all, it costs $900. So that's already very expensive, right off the bat. But it gives you things like a figure of Leon Kennedy, which is great, and then the typical stuff like the art book, soundtrack, a poster, and some additional DLCs as well. But one thing that caught a lot of people's attention is that there's going to be a Lexington typewriter USB keyboard that will be included in this 900 Collector's Edition as well. This keyboard is basically a replica, or should I say supposedly replica, of the actual typewriters from the games itself. So if you played RE, you will know that every time when you need to save a game, you basically go to a typewriter, hopefully with some ink ribbon as well, just so you could record your progress and save and everything like that. So I thought this was a really cool thing to add. Does it tempt me to buy it? Nah, it doesn't. But I felt like, yeah, for a fan's collector's item, why not? And the keyboard itself looks alright. It doesn't look bad per se whatsoever. It looks great. I personally think it somewhat resembles, maybe not a perfect resemblance, but this is the thing that really rubbed me the wrong way, and Ian have actually touched up in the video as well. So this keyboard, if you don't want to spend the $900 and get the whole collection, you could actually buy this keyboard separately, and separately it costs $680 by itself, if you just want that and you don't want anything else. Now, the company that is making this keyboard is a place called Quirky Writers, as far as I know. I think that's the oh no, sorry, my bad, Quirky Toys. They're the one that's actually making this typewriter USB. So if you visit their website and you have a look at the stuff that they actually sell, you will notice that they actually have another keyboard which is exactly the same as this. And when I meant by exactly, I meant exactly same color, same everything. The only thing that is missing between this one and the one that is going to be inside the Collector's Edition is simply the branding. It doesn't have the Lexington logo, and it doesn't have the umbrella logo at the bottom. And if you go onto their website, you could buy this same keyboard, this same exact keyboard, for $249. And keep in mind, this umbrella branded one is $680. So just because the two, one has a branding, one hasn't, all of a sudden you're basically paying 400 and something bucks on top just for this alone. Now, Capcom, I've already made another video talking about you guys regarding the whole Mega Man 11 fiasco, and what really kind of irks me in this case here is just that you guys have spent so hard for the last couple of years, I'll say about three to 4 years, really trying to fix your image and make people think that, yeah, we are for our gamers, we understand our fans, we understand what they want. Because during the 7th gen, you guys were on a downward slope. Many of your games either wasn't selling, you didn't know what the hell you were doing with Resident Evil, with 6, and then you have the Operation Raccoon City, the whole thing with Lost Planet, DMC's reboot, everything. Everything you were just kind of it almost felt like you didn't understand what your fans want. But as of late, you've been slowly turning things around. The whole thing with Monster Hunter World, Resident Evil 7, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and Mega Man 11, like the remake of Resident Evil 2. Like I said, when it was announced at the E3 this year, I was really shocked at how good it looks and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, I could play this as early as next year, like the very beginning of next year. Like, you guys show this much later than Final Fantasy's remake, and yet you guys are actually much more further ahead. Like, you know, you guys know what you were doing, you guys got it all planned out, and now it's ready for release. I was really impressed by that. And I'm kind of thinking, yeah, this is more like the Capcom that I used to love. Like, you know, you got Devil May Cry 5 coming, for Christ's sakes. It's like, I have every reason to love you guys again. Like, literally every reason. And now you're kind of like pulling this thing, like, just, it's showing your greed again. And I really don't want to see that happen, because let's face it, Capcom, last time, what did greed do to you guys? It almost made you guys went bankrupt. Like, there was that one time where you guys, your games weren't selling, you didn't even have that much more money in the bank and everything, but thanks to Monster Hunter that keeps you guys afloat. So why go back to that again? And sure, I know, like, you know, where people are coming from is like, this game will sell like gangbusters, and it will, but I felt like it will regardless if you do this. Like, you know, whether you have this collector's edition or not, yeah, this game is bound to sell millions. A lot of people are super hyped for it, and I truly didn't feel like you guys needed to do something like this, because now you're just kind of thinking to myself like, alright, okay, cool, so the $900 is not really all for the Leon Kennedy, because at first I thought it cost that much because probably the figure is like super detailed, like, you know, the material that's used, like, you know, it's great, and I thought it was mostly for the statue, but as it turns out, it was mostly for the typewriter. And this typewriter, like I said, if you buy it from Quirky Toys original, like, you know, their original USB keyboard, it's only $249. This thing costs $680 if you buy it by its own, and it's exactly the same thing. There's no difference between it aside from just the branding of, like, you know, the Resident Evil brandings on it. And that alone, you're charging somebody like over $400 more. And I'm just kind of like, Capcom, don't do this to yourself. Like, literally, just don't. I don't want to see you guys go back to that downward slope again. And I just fear that if you guys keep going down this route, like, you know, let's say if this turns out to be a success and you keep trying that, you could very much, like, you know, just walk back into the same mistakes you guys made in 7th gen. Now, to everybody who's looking forward to this edition and you really liked it and you're more than happy to blow the money on it, I just want you to take a second, just step back and just ask yourself that question: is it really worth that hefty price tag? Especially after learning that this this keyboard isn't exactly exclusively made just for the game. Like I've already said a few times before now in this video, it's exactly the same as the one that is available on their website. It's just missing the branding, and this is what you're mostly paying it for, because they cost $680. Like, you know, that means technically if they didn't have this, or should I say if they were to have this, it should have been like 500 tops. Like, definitely it shouldn't be like, you know, $900, but you guys could make that decision. I certainly wouldn't go so far as to say things like, oh, because they're doing this, boycott the game. No, absolutely not. Like, you know, I myself is still supporting the game because I want to support the development team behind this, because I know for a fact that they put their heart and soul onto it. It's probably going to be an amazing game. I'm not doubting that at all. But this collector's edition does really irk me in the sense that Capcom is just once again being greedy, and I just hope they learn from this. Like, you know, I think at this point it's too late to call back on these collector's editions already, but hopefully I'm not going to see that ever again. But anyway, that's just my opinion on the matter. If you have any opinions of your own, feel free to share in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to, like, you know, have a conversation with you guys. And as always, guys, if you like this video, consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. If you don't like it, you know, give it a thumbs down. Like, you know, let me know in the comments what I do to improve. And, like, you know, if you like it, give it a like. This is Andy from 4K Downtime signing off. Have a good one, guys. Take care.